surviving me, because the journey back to yourself is the real work. Have you ever realized how telling yourself the truth be feeling like heartbreak? Yeah, this episode might sting a little, but it's the one we all need. So let's jump right on into it. This episode is titled "The Truth Will Free You, but first, it'll mess you up." So we all know the telltale story of hoping someone will finally get it together so you can have your happy ever after, whatever that may look like for you. Because everybody happy ever after is different. Everybody's don't look like the fairy tales and Cinderellas and Snow White. Everybody's fairy tale is different. So whatever that may look like for you, and if you can't relate to that and you're more of the person who always say they're okay even when you're not, whichever one resonates with you, it's okay. Somebody's been there too. So, and for me, it was always having hope. Holding on to hope like it was gospel. Wishing on the stars that wasn't even in my damn sky. And let me tell you something. Hope will have you sitting there waiting on something that's never going to show up. Now, don't get me wrong. Having hope is beautiful. But when you get stuck hoping for something that keeps showing you it ain't coming, that's how you break your own heart. And for my I'm fine sisters and brothers, listen, nobody is okay all the time. Every time you pretend you're fine, you're teaching yourself that your real feelings don't matter. I get it though. Pretending is easier sometimes. So pretending that the situation is okay, pretending that your heart doesn't hurt. But the longer you pretend, the heavier it gets. Because pretending don't heal you. It just postpones the truth. It hit me. That heavy truth. That moment when I realized, damn, this light I thought I was holding on to is gone. And when I tell you, it brought up all the emotions. I'm talking pissed off. I'm sad. I'm hurt. I'm betrayed, baby. I was feeling everything. But you know what else I felt? Relief. That big ass elephant we kept ignoring, it finally got addressed. That weight finally lifted up off my shoulders. It hurt, but it healed something too. Because I lived in my truth. I faced my reality. And even though it shook me, it didn't break me. So, what happens when we stop lying to ourselves? Everything comes full circle. I started telling people from the rip what I'm not going for. I stopped caring whether people dug me or not. Because there's a million people in this world, and trust me, somebody's gonna feel it, okay? And even if they don't, I came into this world by myself. I'll walk in my truth by myself if I have to. And here's the biggest thing. I forgave myself for staying too long, for hoping too hard, for ignoring the signs. Because even the bad decisions, they taught me what I'm never doing again. And that's for sure. So, baby, live in your truth. Even if the outcome seems rocky, it's all part of our journey. And it will work out. I know it may seem like it won't. And I know that sometimes the truth can be scary. Like, you know the saying, people say it all the time, truth hurts. The truth does hurt, baby. It hurts. I'm not going to even sit here and say like, oh, if you live in your truth, you ain't going to have some pain with that. You going to have some pain with that. But the beauty is there is sunshine after the rain. It's always a rainbow, right? So even if it start pouring after you say that truth, baby, it ain't gonna pour forever. That sun will shine. Living in your truth and being true to yourself and addressing issues and just finally, like I said, addressing that big ass elephant. Because baby, we all like to walk past this elephant, okay? And I think as a human race, we need to stop doing that. Cause that elephant be sitting there staring at us, and we'll just keep walking back and forth, not even addressing the damn elephant. Because nobody likes to address the elephant. But I don't know for y'all, but I noticed that The more you don't address this elephant, it's like the bigger the damn elephant get. Like, it's like you keep trying not to address it, not to address it, keep going with the motions, and this elephant getting bigger and bigger to the point where you have no choice but to address it. And you know what that is? That's called festering. Because even though that elephant is not getting addressed, those emotions are still within you. And because of that, that leads to festering. And because you're not addressing those emotions, it just keep building and building and building. And then what happens when stuff build up too much? It eventually what? Explodes. That's same for people. You can only hold in so much before you just explode. So I'm saying, before it gets to that point, how about we just address that elephant right when they come up in that room? Like, as soon as you see that elephant, it's like, okay, baby, let's address this. I see it, you see it, I feel it, you feel it. Let's talk about it. Okay? Instead of just wait until it explodes, because it gets you nowhere. And I'm speaking from experience. Y'all know that when I be talking, I'm not just preaching to y'all because I ain't no damn preacher. Okay? And I be feeling the feels, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm only 25, y'all. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. So when I be talking, I'm talking from experience. And I am one of those people who don't tend to like to address the elephant because I don't like conflict. I truly don't. I dread it, actually. So because I dread it, I think just avoiding shit sometimes, it'll be better. But then at the same time, it's a catch-22, because while I am a person who don't like causing conflict or addressing issues, I'm also a person who can't hold shit in. If I'm feeling ways, I have to get it out. I'm not one who lets stuff fester and build up within me. I just can't do it because I'm an overthinker, and that just doesn't work for me. Like, I will run myself crazy. I won't be sleeping. So we have to address this now, because I want to get some sleep too. Okay? Like, yeah. So I know that was like, what? But that's just how I am. Like, I also do address certain things, but I'm talking about like major life changing decisions. I tend to walk around because I didn't want to do it. So for instance, like, me and my trigger, if y'all don't know who the trigger is, that means you didn't catch up. So that means, what are you doing? Go listen to those episodes. Thank you. But yes, me and my trigger was living together, even though we was not together. And in a sense, for me, that worked because my son still had both parents in the household. Even though we wasn't together, we were still doing family shit. We were still going out together. We were still doing a whole nine. Giving my son the life he deserves. You know? Every kid deserves two-parent household, and I truly believe that. So basically, we were just trying to make it work. Even though we wasn't together, it was still some like sense like, okay, maybe if we work through our issues, hopefully we could get our family back type shit. Long story short, the shit didn't happen. Okay, it didn't happen. And I knew that because of how things was going on, that the way it was going, it wasn't going to go forever. But instead of just me addressing that problem that I know, like, shit, this shit not working, like, we're trying and it's just not going nowhere, it seems like it's getting worse, so let's see what we could do before it get too worse and then it be like bad. Before, I didn't do that though. So of course it went all the way into the point where it did get bad, and it was like, it was no choice but this has to be the way it is. And now we don't even speak to each other. I mean, we passed the K alone, but that'd be it. It really is no communication whatsoever. Where we used to talk about everything, like literally. So, I mean, that's why I'm saying, y'all, address that motherfucking elephant, okay? Address that elephant. I'm telling you, because I was scared of the outcome of what it may be if I do address that elephant. I let it go on, and the festering just built up, and it got to a point where it's at now. So if you don't want to do that, and you want to preserve or at least try to save what's left of a relationship that is dying, address those elephants, y'all. Tell the truth. Tell your truth. Live in your truth. That was my little soap opera, but I'm done preaching, y'all. So I'm gonna ask y'all this. What truth have you been avoiding? You don't have to share it to the world, but you owe it to yourself to be real. Because the truth, it'll shake you before it settles you, but it will set you free. So no matter what page of feeling you're on, you're not alone, and you're not behind. Keep going through it, keep growing through it, and keep glowing through it. And I'll see you next episode.
I've battled the silence, I've wrestled the shame, faced all my demons and called them by name. This ain't for sure, it's deeper than deep. I'm surviving me, not losing sleep.